Hey guys, here with a new hero on Korean Lost Saga. This is Hero 145, Energy Researcher. So it's a Create a Hero contest hero made by a Korean player. Congrats to them for seeing their imagination come to life in Lost Saga. It is a regular hero, so you can buy it with GP or peso. Let's check out what it can do here. So 2-hit basics. First hit's a melee hit, not much range on it. Not too bad though. And the second hit's a projectile that knocks down. So pretty good damage on these, not too bad. Projectile goes a pretty fair distance. This looks like about your max range, maybe right here. This looks like your max range. So yeah, not too bad. It's a nice knockdown for you. You can see the first hit's just a little flincher, so it's fair. It's fair. It's a nice little range attack. A little bit of wind up, so not much mystery behind it, but otherwise not too bad. So your hold D is a different animal itself. The hold D, you initially do a melee attack, which is different from your basic. So you can see you get a slide back as opposed to your regular basic. This is your regular basic, little flinch. This is your hold D. So that's the differences. So I don't know if that guarantees the follow-up, but if you continue holding your hold D, you'll do a projectile hit, and depending on your charge, you'll get more out of this. I believe it does a little bit more knockback depending on the charge, and if you get to 100 charge on this, it will do a massive knockback and guard break and also feint. So the catch to this is you can't do it again for a moment afterwards because you'll be in overheat mode, and the overheat mode itself, once you go to 100 charge on your passive, if you happen to like miss your projectile, you'll still let out a steam cloud that hits someone. So you can see it kind of slid him back there and protected me. So that's one thing behind the overheat mode. The other things behind the overheat mode is that it gives you a little bit of a speed boost as well, and your attacks get flame status on them as well. So you can see DevK now has flame on him as opposed to the regular basics not putting that flame on them. So this is regular basics, and you saw the overheat there put flame status on him. But it does lock out a few of your attacks when you're in overheat mode. Just to check the range on this hold D out here really quickly before we move on to the other attacks, we're going to go ahead and put on the, if I can find it, I don't know where my gear menu, there it is. So we're going to put on the Musketeer helmet for one moment, and we're going to hit both of these robots with this hold D. So the hold D has really good range, so it doesn't have the best range on the little charge version, but it will gradually go up with additional charges, and once you're up to 100, it will go really far across the map. So we're gonna aim at these two robots here from all the way back here, and it's probably gonna hit them both. So let's check it out here. So boom, and it did hit the one. I don't know if I was online with the other. Let's see, I think we're online with him now. Let's hit this guy here, charge up a little bit here, boom, and I don't know, maybe I was still out of line here, so we'll hit that other robot back there. That should be nice. That should be sufficient. So you can see that did hit that robot back there. I just couldn't aim on the other one for whatever reason. So yeah, it does have massive range. So DevK's right there. Let's go ahead and hit him from back here. Show how powerful this sucker is. And you can see it did hit him from all the way back there. So good stuff. And look at the knockback, even from that. From his spot in the middle all the way to over here, and he was fainted, so we could have followed up with something. So pretty neat stuff there. Another thing with the overheat mode, if you do happen to build up a charge, you can swap and you'll still have the charge. This applies to the overheat mode though as well. So we're stopping at around 80, so we'll wait a second. So you can see it still resumes at around 80, so we're not losing the overheat when we swap. We have to be on the character to lose the overheat and get rid of it. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So whew, what a mouthful. So yeah, pretty good stuff with the whole D mechanics there. Really powerful on the full charge with the guard break and all that goodness. Actually, I do believe it will hit grounded as well. Let me go ahead and double check that for you here really quickly. Accidentally went to the overheat mode there. One moment, guys, one moment. Bear with me here. I know I'm like spending forever on this crap here. So yeah, there we go, 85. So what we're going to do is we're going to stun feint him here with our dash attack, and then we're going to charge it up and try to hit him on the ground. So you can see it does hit grounded as well once you're at full charge, which is very nice, very nice, very OP. So moving on to the dash attack. Spent enough time on the whole D there, for good reason though. So dash attacks, you got your one hit, which is a little kind of mini slide back. I'm pretty sure you could block off that one. And you got your second hit, which is a stun projectile, unlike the basics. So that has about the same range as the basics, maybe a little bit more, perhaps. give or take about the same. So that is very nice and abusable to spam. You can aim the directions as you choose. You're not stuck in one direction, so you can dash that way, turn, shoot. Very good stuff. Very good range character here. Very, very good. So good dash attack there. You can also have the option to use a hold D dasher, which is kind of like a little running backwards beam that launches him in the air, similar to, like, you know, something out of Team Fortress 2, only with more momentum. And when you do this hold D dasher, it adds 20 meter of your passive charge. So if you want to really get up your charge good, you'll start combos and stuff and spam the hold D dasher and the air hold D, which is basically the same thing but in the air. And you'll see you'll eventually go into overheat mode and you can't use that attack, however. So if you're in overheat mode, you can't use the hold D dasher. But yeah, that's an excellent way to charge your passive doing this here. Get up to 80, go into your hold D, there you go. Really simple and quick to get that full charge if you do something like that. Very abusable, very abusable. So yeah, good dash attacks. Jump attacks, you have your 2-hit jumper. Simple like that. Second hit will do a slam down. The first hit is kind of like a mini half feint flincher. I don't think it guarantees the second. Either way, it's really hard to get these two attacks to land. They don't have the best hitbox on them, but they're okay. You can also use your air hold D once again. It has that kind of back projectile that puts a little kind of shock status while they're in the air. I'm not sure if you can skill recover off that or not, but it doesn't linger until on the ground. They lose it on the ground. But yeah, that's an excellent way to build your passive, and you can use it in between your first air attack there as well. And your air attacks as well also apply your flame status, so if you get knocked down with that, you'll keep them down a little bit longer. So that's one way to kind of, you know, keep someone down and charge up your hold D a little bit more. So good stuff there. So defensive properties, let's go ahead and check those out very briefly. See the robot buddies here. So first things first, you have a deflect on energy researcher, which I'm having difficulties. There we go. Got 3 in a row. I'm satisfied. You also have your ground recovery with your trinket. It's a little bit of a step back. It didn't work too good on the robot buddy there, though. The helmet, it has different properties, but if you use it at different intervals, it'll give you different things. So what I used right there wasn't the charge I wanted for defense. The charge I want for defense on the helmet comes at 33. Thank you to 2gen for helping me research this here. So yeah, you'll get a 360-degree block with the 33 helmet charge, and this does maintain your deflect property, so you get a 360 deflect in essence too. And at 66 charge, which I can't adequately demonstrate in HQ, you will get a status effect immunity, which doesn't apply to poison according to 2gen, but it sounds like it does apply to fire and ice. I'm not sure about lightning, but more than likely lightning. I don't think there's any anti-lightning mechanic in the game, but that'd be interesting to see if it does apply to something like lightning. But yeah, I digress. That's your defensive properties. 2 defensive properties different on your helm depending on the charge. 33 for 360 deflect, 66 for status immunities, and your trinket ground recovery and your deflect. So let's check out this other skills here. We'll skip over the helmet since we we'll do the 99 charge on the helmet briefly once we get to it. The weapon skill, you trigger your weapon skill. It brings down a little ball of light that initially hits someone, and then you'll have this little mega laser beam thing that does kind of like the old legendary laser trinket and re-feints. So this does work extremely good. This is an extremely good weapon skill. So you can see the initial hit on the weapon skill there. Pretty nice there. It's the follow-up hits that are really excellent, however. This will be pretty darn devastating in a team match there. It doesn't look like the worst cooldown either, but it doesn't look like the best either, but it's probably a good thing that it's not very quick, because that's pretty OP in my opinion. So yeah, very, very good weapon skill, and you can see it does hit on the ground initially there. We can try and hit him while he's on the ground with the laser beam portion and see if that lifts off the laser beam portion, which we'll try here. So oh man, it doesn't rotate very well, does it? So let's try again with that and kind of put it off in this direction initially, and then we can scroll over. So yeah, it does lift off ground as well, so it's an all-purpose gear. Very good. You can't trigger in the air, however. Armor skill, pardon me. Armor skill is a point-blank skill, so if you're not near someone, it's not going to hit. but if you are near someone, you have a lot of different options. So this is an elemental kind of skill. You initially hit someone with the attack button, you'll get that little pulsing flame status that does the stun flame, similar to some other legendary I've seen, I don't know the name. If you hit your jump key, you'll do a freeze effect, not too bad there. If you do your block key, you'll do an electric effect, not too bad there, like a lightning maze trinket. And if you do a hold D, you'll do a wind status effect that does a bounce down. So that's okay there. I think I would prefer the flame status. Flame status on the ground, however, would be, you know, kind of like mess them up a little bit. I accidentally did the wind status there. It didn't look like it worked too well either. So the attack version. So you can see it pulses them on the ground, and then it stands them up. You know, doing your ice will freeze them, groundish like. Wait for him to unfreeze here. Try again. Come on, unfreeze, unfreeze. So you only have a little bit of time to trigger it as well, it looks like. I hope I don't kill him here. I would kill him here. So we're doing the ground test here real quick, guys. I know I'm keeping this video going long, but it is a very interesting character. It's a nice stand up on the electricity there. And the wind stats didn't look like it worked too well. Let's double check that really quickly on the ground. And I didn't get it out for some reason or another. Okay, here we go, here we go. Okay, wind it up, hold D. Yeah, it did the same effect, so not too bad of an armor there. So the full charge on your helmet is a skill recharge, according to 2gen. So we'll trigger these two things here really quickly. And it may have pulled them back up a little bit more. I couldn't really tell. Oh well, oh well. And your trinket skill, yeah, I think the helmet, according to 2gen, it recharges your skills a little bit better, but I didn't really. It's hard to see the effects in HQ, so I can't confirm that. But he's pretty on point with his stuff. So trinket skill, you throw out three little mini grenades, and you'll see it does like a little batteries thing on them. And once again, thank you to 2gen. He's helping me tremendously with this information. According to him, it depletes your skill charges, so it will reduce this enemy's skill charge to half. So it's not quite like Drain, where you'll make someone lose all their skills, or High Priest Rope, but you will make them lose half of their skills with this ability. And it's especially nice considering that it is a recovery as well, and it can hit in a little bit of a crowd, so that can be very useful. It looks like it's got pretty good recharge on it too. It looks not too bad. It might be a little bit slow. So yeah, guys, what can I say? This character is pretty darn awesome. I mean, you know, it's got so much available to it that makes it really awesome. You know, it's really hard to catch with this air hold D system. You might want to kind of anticipate them getting up to 80 charge, but they don't even have to worry about that. Once they get to 80 charge, boom, they can hit you with that guard breaker very, very quickly, feint you, get you over here. They can put flame status on you at that point. You see I put flame status on DevK. It's probably a toggle get up, but it can still give you time to charge up your passive a little bit more. If you connect with, like, you know, the dash attack while you have the high charge, it can be very, very, very nice. Or if you get like an air attack like that there at 80, you know, you're at 60 rather. Let's say hypothetically I'm floating around like this, I hit the 60 version, I land, I do my charge really quick, and then I hit him as he's getting off the ground. That's one great tactic on the character, and that's something. There's a lot of great tactics you can use to utilize that charge hold D and that build up of your passive with your ground dash hold D and air hold D. You know, it's just an extremely good character and very, very hard to combat, especially if they play keep away. If they want to play keep away and stand in the back with their friends doing this hold D charge and then, you know, knocking you all across the map, feinting you, they can more than likely get away with that, and it'll be really hard to catch them if they get speed on them and stuff, and it's just outrageous. It's outrageous. One thing I didn't mention earlier is that you can aim this stuff up and down. And that can do some different things. That can set up some neat things. Here's one thing I didn't mention to you. You can get that feint shot right there, and you can give yourself some time at the end, towards the end of your overheat, to get that whole D out again. But yeah, different. It doesn't really change things that much doing that, but you can launch them kind of up in the air a little bit and give you a little bit more time, perhaps. But it's just a little bit awkward. Let me try that again, up really, really close. Just try to do it really like straight up in the air. So there we go. no fall damage, and it looks like I missed out on the feint, so it's probably not a good idea to do something like that, honestly. So yeah, good stuff on this guy, guys. Really great stuff. Play keep away with the dash attack shots, pressure with your basics in general once in a while. Just great stuff, great stuff. Ground hit once in a while with that. Do some air hits if you're in trouble. Nice stuff, nice stuff. So before I go on and on and on, I'll call it a day, guys. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys next video. Oh yeah, you can aim this up and down too. Derp derp.